to address us.
Respected Pranab Mukherjee, Honorable Union Minister of Finance, respected Rajkumar Doot, Honorable Member of Parliament and President Ashok Khan, Sri Pradeep Chaudhary, Chairman State Bank of India, respected invitees, people on the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be associated with the 6th International Banking and Finance Conference 2012. In fact, I've been associated with this particular event of the year for the 4th year now, and every year we see that the size has grown larger, the quality of participation has grown, and this has become an event to be looked forward every year. The theme for this year's conference is contemporary in the sense that given the position of the Indian banking system now and the great potential India as a country has as far as the economic growth is concerned, I think the topic, the theme which has been selected for the conference, leveraging financial services sector on growth engine for transformation, is entirely topical. So let me therefore try to make some few observations as far as the theme of the conference is concerned. The accelerated shift in economic power from the developed to emerging economies is dramatically changing the banking industry across the world. According to one of the researchers, India has a very strong long-term growth potential, and it could become the 3rd largest domestic banking sector by 2050 after China and the US, but ahead of Japan, the UK and the Germany. Notwithstanding several challenges posed by growing economic uncertainties, we expect our banking sector to grow through leaps and bounds given the huge growth potential of the Indian economy, high population base of India, rapid spread of mobile telephony, rising wealth and disposable incomes, and the requirements of financial inclusion will act as a major growth driver for the banking industry from the longer term perspective. The last decade was quite impressive for the Indian banking sector as its assets expanded at an average annual rate of 18%, and the return on assets improved from 0.69% to 1.1% in a gradual fashion. Furthermore, there was remarkable improvement in financial metrics as reflected in improved quality of assets, operating efficiency and stable margins. Since March 2002, BankX, the index tracking the performance of leading banking sector stocks, has grown at a CAGR of about 31%, reflecting the strong conviction of investors in the banking sector's potential. However, there is no dearth of challenges. While areas such as infrastructure financing, mortgage financing, wealth management, credit card services, investment banking avenues, etc. are growing rapidly, Indian banks also have a big responsibility to cater to the bottom of the pyramid. At present in India, about 41% of the adult population does not have bank accounts, which also means a large untapped market for banking players. The current business model of a typical commercial bank in India has a cost structure that is economically unviable for rural and semi-urban areas. The business model to profitably serve financially excluded customers will have to be significantly different from a conventional bank model. The high operating cost of serving this type of business has been primary barrier, and therefore we must innovate and create new models with lower operating costs. As one of the recently conducted study had observed, excellence in productivity alone will help the banks break the compromise between maintaining their profitability at reasonable interest margins. One other major challenge is on the regulatory front. Migration to Basel III framework will require banks to keep higher levels of capital. To maintain the return ratios on higher levels of equity, banks will have to be able to generate higher profits from the same assets. Much higher efficiency in marketing, sales and servicing activities, and bad debt management will be critical in achieving this. Indian banking sector can emerge as a growth engine for transformation if and only if effectively it deals with the challenges of improving capital adequacy under more risk-sensitive framework like Basel III, managing non-performing assets, enhancing the sales and service culture at its branches, improving organizational design and business model, and using innovative technology through new channels and working on lean operations. From a banker's perspective, I would say the biggest challenge of the decade before us is sustainable financing of the infrastructure, financial inclusion, and the human resource challenge in the state-owned banking segment. I would compliment the IFC for organizing a seminar like this and wish the seminar all the success, and let me also thank them for the organizers for giving me this opportunity to speak.